What would you do if a child ran up to you, tears streaming down her face, begging for help to find her daddy? For most people, it's a simple choice. But for Sergeant Marcus Thompson, a struggling veteran trying to keep his own family together, this moment would change everything he thought he knew about honor, sacrifice, and the price of doing what's right. The one thing Marcus Thompson needed to remember that Friday evening was his 7-year-old daughter Amber's school project supplies. But after 30 years around the Pentagon, forgetting details had become a habit. This time was different. This time what he forgot would change his life. In the Walmart parking lot, in the evening darkness, Marcus was loading his shopping cart into his car when he heard a high-pitched scream behind him. Please, please help me. When he turned around, he saw a little girl, about 7 years old. She was wearing expensive clothes, but her pink dress was torn. Her hair was disheveled, and tears were streaming from her eyes. She had grabbed onto Marcus's arm, holding on as if her life depended on it. I can't find my daddy, she cried. He was here somewhere, but then he left in a car and forgot me. Marcus knelt down, with the calm that came from his military training, and looked into the girl's eyes. That panicked expression was familiar to him. It was the same look he'd seen on children's faces in Afghanistan after bomb attacks.
Okay, calm down, little lady. What's your name?
Lily Montgomery. She was speaking through sobs. My daddy is Colonel Montgomery. He was supposed to come pick me up. Marcus's heart stopped. Montgomery. That name rang familiar in Pentagon corridors. But right now, what mattered was a lost child. Listen, Lily, I'm Sergeant Thompson. I'm a soldier, and I've worked with a lot of military kids like you. We'll reach your daddy, okay? Lily nodded, but she was still trembling. Marcus pulled out his cell phone, but Lily suddenly grabbed his hand. No, you can't call the police. Why? Lily, if you're lost, Daddy said, if I ever got lost, I shouldn't talk to anyone. I should only call him, but I left his phone in the car. Lily's voice was breaking with desperation. Marcus thought, this situation was strange. Why would a colonel tell his daughter not to trust the police? But security protocols could be different in military families. Okay, then let's figure out how to reach your daddy. Where does he work? At the Pentagon. He's a very important man. Lily wiped her nose. Mommy says so too. Mommy always says Daddy protects the country. Alarm bells rang in Marcus's mind. If this girl was really the daughter of a high-ranking military official, this situation could be very serious. But first, he had to keep the girl safe. Lily, do you know your home phone number? Yes, Lily immediately recited the number. Marcus called, but it was busy. Is your mom at home? Lily's face changed. Mommy's not there anymore. It's just Daddy now. Marcus's heart ached. He had lost his own wife 2 years ago and understood Lily's pain. Okay, let's find another way. How can I reach your daddy? Lily pulled out a small silver dog tag from her pocket. It read, Colonel J. Montgomery, Pentagon 7A Corridor. Marcus was surprised. The 7A Corridor was one of the most secure sections of the Pentagon. This girl really was the daughter of a very important man.
Lily, is there anyone else besides your daddy who might call you?
There's Aunt Victoria, but she lives far away. In Los Angeles, she runs a big company. What's her last name? Victoria Sterling. Daddy always calls her the Empire, because she's very rich. Marcus was surprised again. Sterling? That name was also familiar from somewhere, but he couldn't remember where. At that moment, Walmart's security guard approached them. Is there a problem? Marcus stood up. This little lady is looking for her father. Did you see someone who came a few minutes ago? Military looking. Oh yeah. Tall, dark-haired guy. Left quickly in a black SUV. He was having a big argument with someone on the phone. He was very angry. Lily's eyes filled with tears. That's my daddy. But why did he leave me? The security guard spoke to Marcus in a low voice. The kid looks very upset. Should I call the police? Marcus hesitated. Lily's father had said not to trust the police, but this situation was getting stranger and stranger. Just then, Marcus's cell phone rang. It was Amber. Dad, where are you? You forgot to get the project supplies. Marcus buried his head in his hands. Amber, I'm sorry. I'm running a little late. But, Dad, are you okay? Your voice sounds weird. Marcus looked at Lily. The girl was still trembling and there was great fear in her eyes. Amber, listen. I found someone who needs help. I'll be a little late coming home. What kind of help? Dad, are you trying to save someone again? Marcus smiled slightly. His daughter knew him too well. Yes, little lady. But this time it's different. After hanging up the phone, he turned to Lily. Okay, Lily, I'm going to take you to my house. From there, we'll find a way to reach your daddy. Really? Hope sparked in Lily's eyes. Yes, but first, there's one condition. You need to tell me exactly what happened. Lily nodded, but before speaking, she looked around as if she was afraid someone was listening to them. I'll tell you in the car, she whispered. As Marcus walked to his car, he had no idea yet how this simple act of help would change his life. In the corridors of the Pentagon, phones were ringing and important people were having emergency meetings. And Lily Montgomery's mother, Victoria Sterling, was currently flying toward Washington in her private jet. Some rescue operations take place on battlefields. Others begin in Walmart parking lots. Silence reigned in Marcus's old Chevy Tahoe. Lily had fastened her seatbelt and was watching outside through the window. The soft jazz music playing in the car created a strange contrast with the girl's irregular breathing. Now tell me, Lily, Marcus said, looking at the girl through the rearview mirror. What really happened to your daddy? Lily took a deep breath. This morning Daddy was very tense. His phone kept ringing, and he kept shouting, "No, that's impossible." Then he told me, "Lily, today we're going to Aunt Victoria's, but first we have a situation." Marcus frowned. What kind of situation? I don't know, but when Daddy came in the car he told me to wait in the car. Then his phone rang and he got very angry. He got out of the car and said, "I'll be back in 5 minutes." But he didn't come back. Marcus thought. This story didn't make sense. Why would a colonel leave his daughter alone in a Walmart parking lot? Lily, did you try calling your daddy? Yes, but he didn't answer. Then I texted him, but he didn't reply. Lily's voice was breaking. As Marcus approached his own home, Lily suddenly straightened up. "Sergeant Thompson, won't Daddy be able to find me?" "He will, don't worry. The Pentagon security system is very advanced. I'm sure they're looking for you right now." But Marcus was inwardly worried. This situation was getting stranger and stranger. When they arrived at their house, Amber was waiting for them at the door. Her red hair was in a ponytail on top, and she was holding a math book. "Dad, who is this?" she asked when she saw Lily. "Amber, this is Lily." "Lily, this is my daughter Amber." Amber approached and smiled at Lily. "Hi, are you 7 years old too?" "Yes," Lily said shyly. "Great, you can play games with me. Dad is very boring because he's always working." Marcus laughed. "Hey, I'm very fun." "Yes, Dad. You sing military marches and clean." "Very fun," Amber said sarcastically. When they went inside, Marcus showed Lily the living room. The house was modest but clean. Military photos and Amber's drawings hung on the walls. "Lily, make yourself comfortable here. I'll try to call the Pentagon and reach your daddy." Lily nodded, but there was still worry in her eyes. Marcus went to the kitchen and called the Pentagon's main number. "Pentagon Operations Center. Specialist Johnson speaking." "Specialist, this is retired Sergeant Marcus Thompson. I'm looking for Colonel Montgomery. It's an emergency." "Sir, which Colonel Montgomery?" "There are several. J. Montgomery, 7A Corridor." There was a brief silence on the other end of the line. "Sir, I can't help you with that. Information about the 7A Corridor can only be obtained by authorized personnel." Marcus was surprised. "Specialist, I'm just trying to return a lost child to her father." "Sir, if this is really an emergency, I suggest you call local police." The line went dead. Marcus looked at the phone. This was very strange. The Pentagon was usually more helpful in family emergencies. When he returned to the living room, Amber and Lily were drawing together. "Dad, Lily draws very beautifully," Amber said. "Look, she drew a soldier for her daddy." Marcus looked at the drawing. Lily was really talented. The soldier figure was very detailed and the uniform was completely accurate. "This is very beautiful, Lily. You're really talented in art." Lily smiled. "Thank you. Mommy always said art heals the soul." At that moment Marcus's cell phone rang. Unknown number.
Hello.
"Is this Marcus Thompson?" The voice was female, professional but tense. "Yes, who's calling?" "I'm Victoria Sterling. I learned that my niece Lily is with you." Marcus was surprised. "Mrs. Sterling?" Lily mentioned her aunt. "How did you find my number?" "That's not important. What's important is that Lily is safe. I can come and pick her up right away." "Of course, but first I need to reach Colonel Montgomery. He must be worried about his daughter." There was a brief silence on the other end of the line. "Marcus, you can't reach Colonel Montgomery." "Why? What do you mean?" Because James is currently on an operation. A very secret mission. That's why he had to leave Lily with me." Marcus frowned. This story didn't make sense either. "Mrs. Sterling, if this is true, why doesn't Lily know about it? The girl thinks her father forgot her." "Because the situation is complicated. Please, Marcus, tell me where Lily is. I'll come right away."
I want to come too.
Lily interjected. She had heard Marcus talking on the phone. Is that Lily? Victoria asked. Lily baby, I'm Aunt Victoria. I'm coming to get you. But when Lily took the phone, her tone changed.
Aunt Victoria?
Are you really my aunt? Of course, sweetheart. Why are you asking like that? Because what Mommy said about Aunt. I don't remember her voice. Marcus took the phone back. Mrs. Sterling, maybe we should call the police. This situation. No! Victoria's voice was sharp. I mean, that's not necessary. Tell me where Lily is, I'll come right away. Marcus hesitated. Something wasn't right. Mrs. Sterling, is there something you can ask Lily to prove that you know her? There was silence on the other end again. Ah, Lily's favorite toy is a pink teddy bear. But Lily shook her head. No, my teddy bear is blue and his name is Charlie. Marcus hung up the phone. This woman was not really Lily's aunt. Lily, do you know this woman? No, but I don't really remember Aunt Victoria's voice. Mommy always talked about her, but just then they heard the doorbell ring. Marcus carefully looked out the window. Outside, a black SUV was parked and two men in suits were approaching the door. Lily, quick, go upstairs with Amber and hide there. What's happening, Sergeant Thompson?
I don't know, but we need to be careful. Go!
The girls ran upstairs. Marcus approached the door, but didn't open it. Who is it? Federal agents. We're looking for Marcus Thompson. Marcus was confused. About what? About a missing child. Can you open the door? Marcus hesitated. If these were real agents, why weren't they showing identification? Can I see your identification? Sure. IDs were passed under the door. There were cards that said FBI, but they looked fake to Marcus. At that moment he heard Amber's voice from upstairs. Dad! Lily is feeling sick. Marcus ran upstairs. Lily was lying on the floor, breathing heavily. What happened? I don't know. She suddenly got sick, Amber cried. Marcus took Lily in his arms. The girl's pulse was very fast and she was breaking out in cold sweat. Lily! Lily, can you hear me? Lily barely opened her eyes. Sergeant Thompson. They're not looking for me. They're looking for my mommy. Your mommy? But you said your mommy was dead. No. Lily was speaking weakly. Mommy didn't die. She's hiding. Because she discovered something very dangerous. Marcus's blood ran cold. What kind of thing? At the Pentagon, corruption, billions of dollars. Mommy is a journalist. She was trying to expose everything. At that moment, voices came from downstairs. The fake agents were trying to get inside. Lily, where is your mommy? I don't know. But she gave me something. Lily pulled out a small USB stick from her pocket. She said this was very important. She said I should only give it to someone trustworthy. Marcus took the USB. This small device could explain everything. The voices from downstairs got closer. Marcus Thompson, come out. We need to talk. Marcus looked out the window. Now there were 3 SUVs and about 8 men. These were definitely not FBI agents. Amber, take Lily with you. We're going out the back door. Dad, what's happening? I'll explain later. We need to move now. As they were leaving through the back door, the front door was forced open. The house is empty. Someone shouted. Marcus took the girls behind the neighbor's house. They hid in old Mrs. Henderson's garden. Lily, listen to me, Marcus whispered. What's on this USB? Mommy said, some generals at the Pentagon and big companies are working together. They're selling fake war equipment and stealing millions of dollars. Marcus was shocked. This was a very big scandal. Does your daddy know? Yes, he's involved too. But Mommy said Daddy is forced. They're threatening him. Just then Marcus's phone rang. This time it was Colonel Montgomery. Marcus Thompson? Yes, Colonel. Thank God. Is Lily safe? Yes. But Colonel, what's going on here? Fake agents raided my house. Marcus, listen to me carefully. If you don't hand Lily over to me, both you and your daughter will be in danger. Colonel, is this about the USB? There was a long silence on the other end of the line. Marcus, how did you find that USB? Lily gave it to me. It was from her mother. Damn. Colonel Montgomery's voice was full of desperation. Marcus, Sarah didn't die. She's hiding because she witnessed a very big crime. What crime? The biggest corruption scandal in Pentagon history. And now you're part of it too. Marcus was confused but understood one thing. Lily's life was in danger. Colonel, what do I need to do? Keep Lily safe. I'll call you tomorrow morning. Until then, don't trust anyone. Anyone. The line went dead. Marcus looked at Lily. The girl was calmer now, but there was still great fear in her eyes. Sergeant Thompson, Lily whispered. Will you really help me? Marcus held the girl's hand. I promise, Lily. I'll protect you. No matter what. But Marcus didn't know yet that this USB was just a small piece. The real surprise was who Lily's dead mother was. And the secret of why Victoria Sterling came so quickly was much bigger than Marcus could imagine. The place where they hid in Mrs. Henderson's garden was the only place where the scent of jasmine flowers was stronger than the smell of fear. Marcus, Amber, and Lily silently watched the activity around his house. Black SUVs were still parked there, and men were going in and out of the house. Dad, Amber whispered, are these bad guys? Marcus squeezed his daughter's hand. I don't know, baby, but we need to be careful. Lily was trembling. Sergeant Thompson, what will happen if these men find me? I won't let them find you. I promise. Just then, Marcus's phone vibrated silently. A message was coming from an unknown number. Be at the old playground in Meridian Park at 9 o'clock. Come alone. Bring the USB with you. If you want to see Sarah. Marcus's heart raced. Sarah, Lily's mother. So she really was alive. Lily, he whispered. Would you like to see your mommy? Lily's eyes widened. Is mommy really alive? It looks like it. But first I need to get you to a safe place. Marcus was making plans in his head. He could leave Amber with Mrs. Henderson, but leaving Lily alone wouldn't be right. Amber, listen to me carefully. You're going to Mrs. Henderson's house and tell her what happened. Tell her to call the police but not to say where we are. Okay? Dad, where are you going? To find Lily's mommy. After delivering Amber to Mrs. Henderson, Marcus and Lily secretly made their way to the car. Fortunately, the fake agents were busy inside his house and didn't notice them. On the way to Meridian Park, Lily silently watched outside through the window. Sergeant Thompson, she said finally, can I tell you about my mommy? Of course, Lily.
Mommy is very beautiful. She has long blonde hair and always smells like lavender. She always sang to me, especially when I was scared.
Lily's voice was breaking. One day she left the house and never came back. Daddy said mommy died, but there was never a funeral. Marcus felt his heart ache. When did she give you that USB? Last week. She came before I went to school. She secretly saw me in the schoolyard. She looked very scared. She said, Lily, this is very important. Only give this to someone trustworthy. Daddy is not trustworthy right now because they're threatening him. What else did she tell you? She said very big and bad men are forcing Daddy to do bad things, and if I get in danger too, I should go to a trustworthy soldier. Lily looked at Marcus. I guess you're that soldier. Marcus took a deep breath. The responsibility was heavy, but he would do everything for this little girl's safety. When they arrived at Meridian Park, it was 8:45. The park looked deserted. The old playground was in the farthest corner of the park, hidden among the trees. Lily, stay in the car. I'll check the area first. No, don't leave me alone. Marcus understood the situation. The girl was already very scared. Okay, but you won't leave my side. As they approached the old playground, they saw a silhouette in the darkness. A female figure was sitting on the swing. As they got closer, Lily gasped, Mommy! The woman turned. She really was beautiful. Long blonde hair, tired but gentle eyes. But there was deep fear on her face. Lily, Sarah Montgomery jumped up and hugged her daughter. God, how I've missed you. Mommy, why did you leave? Why did you leave me? Sarah was trying to hold back her tears. Baby, I had to leave. Very bad men were threatening us. Marcus approached them. Mrs. Montgomery, I'm Marcus Thompson. I'm trying to protect your daughter. Sarah looked at him. Thank you for keeping Lily safe. Then in a more serious tone, she added, did you bring the USB? Marcus pulled out the USB stick. What is this, Mrs. Montgomery? Sarah took a deep breath. This is evidence of the biggest corruption scandal in Pentagon history. Billions of dollars in fake defense contracts, bribe payments, fake war equipment. And the people behind this, very powerful people. Is your husband Colonel Montgomery involved in this too? James was forced. They threatened me and our daughter. Either he would participate in these operations, or they would kill both of us. Sarah's voice was trembling. As a journalist, I stumbled upon this case. My research went very deep. Especially one person. Who? General Patricia Blackwood. The Pentagon's most powerful female general. And her partner. Just then a strong voice came from behind them. Victoria Sterling. All three turned. An elegant woman was emerging from the darkness. In her 40s, wearing expensive clothes with confident looks. Behind her were two guards. Victoria, Sarah gasped. Hello, Sarah. It's been a long time.
Marcus was confused. Do you two know each other?
Victoria laughed. A cold laugh. Of course we know each other, Marcus. Sarah is my sister. Lily was surprised at Victoria. But you, why don't you talk to mommy? Because your mommy is very ambitious, Lily.
Ambitious, Lily.
And ambition sometimes leads people down dangerous paths. Sarah spoke angrily. Victoria, you're defrauding millions of innocents by selling military equipment, fake bulletproof vests, broken communication devices. How many soldiers died because of you? Business is business, Sarah. You never understood that. Marcus was beginning to understand the situation. Are you the owner of Sterling Defense Contractors? Owner? Victoria smiled. I'm the CEO of Sterling Defense Industries. I'm at the head of one of the country's biggest defense companies. Our annual revenue is $12 billion. And you earn this money by selling fake equipment. Victoria's face hardened. Marcus, you're a very naive man. In this world, money and power are everything. Small soldiers like you are just pawns. Sarah intervened. Victoria, enough. This girl is your niece. You can't harm her. Sarah, you always thought emotionally. That's why you failed. But I'm pragmatic. Victoria gestured to her guards. The men approached. You'll give me that USB. And Sarah, you're coming with me. The hiding game is over. Marcus stepped forward. No, I won't let you harm these girls. Victoria laughed mockingly. Marcus, you're a retired sergeant. I'm at the head of a billion-dollar empire. Who do you think will win this war? Just then, they saw cars surrounding the park. But these weren't Victoria's men. Agents wearing FBI vests were getting out of the cars. Victoria was surprised. What does this mean? The leader of the agents approached. FBI. Victoria Sterling, you're under arrest. On what charges? Defense contract corruption, defrauding the state, organized crime. The agent turned to Marcus. Mr. Thompson, we need to take that USB. Marcus hesitated. How do I know you're real FBI? I've seen too many fake agents tonight. The agent pulled out his identification and illuminated it with a flashlight. It looked real. Mr. Thompson, Mrs. Montgomery has been working with us. This operation has been going on for 3 months. Sarah stood up. Marcus, this is true. I was working with the FBI. That's why I had to hide. Victoria was getting angry. Sarah, did you sell me to the FBI? Sell you? Victoria, you were selling our country. You were sending our soldiers to death. This is just business. Business? Sarah's voice was cracking. Does Sergeant Williams' family in Iraq know this is just business? But he died because of your fake bulletproof vest. Victoria fell silent. For the first time, she looked ashamed. The FBI agent took the USB from Marcus. With this evidence, we can bring down this entire corruption network. What will happen to Colonel Montgomery? Marcus asked. Colonel Montgomery is also working with us. He's a critical part of this operation. He was recording the transactions he was forced to participate in and passing them to us. Lily hugged her mother. Mommy, will you come home now? Sarah stroked her daughter's hair. Yes, baby. We're safe now. Victoria, while being handcuffed, looked at them one last time. Sarah, you know others will continue this business. Maybe. But at least you've been stopped. As the FBI agents took Victoria to their cars, Marcus, Sarah, and Lily were left alone in the park. Mrs. Montgomery, Marcus said, is this really over? This part is over. But Marcus, Sarah turned to him. Do you realize what a big risk you took? Victoria could have had you killed. I know, but I had to protect Lily. Sarah wiped her eyes. Thank you. If it weren't for you. Dad! Amber's voice came from behind them. The girl was running toward them, followed by Mrs. Henderson and 2 police officers. Amber, how did you get here? I told Mrs. Henderson everything, and we told the police. They called the FBI too. Amber was out of breath. Dad, are you okay? Marcus hugged his daughter. I'm fine, baby. Everything's over. Amber looked at Lily. Are you okay too? Lily nodded. Yes. And I found my mommy. Amber smiled. Great. Now we have 2 mommies. Sarah laughed. Amber is a very sweet girl. 1 week later, a barbecue party was being held in Marcus's backyard. Colonel Montgomery, now retired, was standing at the grill. Sarah, Amber, and Lily were setting the table. Mrs. Henderson had also come with her special cake. Marcus, said James Montgomery, I don't know how to thank you. No need. I did the right thing. Did you hear that Victoria was sentenced? Yes, she got 25 years. General Blackwood got 20 years too. James nodded. I hope this kind of thing never happens again. Sarah came over to them. Of course it will happen. but at least this time we'll be prepared. What do you mean? Marcus asked. I've decided to start a new investigative journalism foundation, specifically to investigate military corruption. Sarah smiled. And Marcus, if you want, the security director position is yours. Marcus was surprised. Really? Really? Just like you protected Lily. You can protect other innocent people. Marcus thought about it. I'll think about it. Amber and Lily ran over to them. Dad, does Lily's family want to stay with us? Amber asked. Sarah laughed. Actually, we're thinking of moving somewhere nearby, so you girls can always see each other. Yay! Amber screamed. Lily, you'll be like my real sister now. Lily smiled. I want that too. Marcus looked at the scene. The adventure that started in the Walmart parking lot had now turned into a new family. You know, said Mrs. Henderson, sometimes the most beautiful stories begin with the simplest acts of help. You're absolutely right, Mrs. Henderson, said Marcus. Sometimes helping a lost child can completely change your life. Sarah sat next to Marcus. Marcus, I want to tell you something.
What is it?
When you helped Lily in that Walmart parking lot, you didn't just save her. You also saved our country. Victoria's plans were much bigger. If she hadn't been stopped, thousands of soldiers' lives would have been in danger. Marcus nodded humbly. I just did the right thing. Yes, and that's why you're a real hero. As the sun set, the two families sat together in the garden, talking about the future. Lily was now smiling and had stopped having nightmares. Amber was very happy to have a new best friend. James and Sarah were also grateful to be together again as a family. And Marcus had never felt so fulfilled. As a retired soldier, he had completed the most important mission of his life. That night after the girls had gone to sleep, Marcus was sitting on the balcony, looking at the stars. Sarah came over to him. You look thoughtful. I'm thinking, what if I hadn't helped Lily that night? But you did, and that's the most important thing. Yes, but can there be so many coincidences? That night, in that place, at that exact time. Sarah smiled. Marcus, sometimes life gives us second chances. What's important is taking advantage of those chances. You're right. They heard Lily's voice from inside. Mommy! Mommy! Both of them rushed in. Lily was dreaming, but this time it wasn't a nightmare. Mommy! In my dream, Daddy and you and Sergeant Marcus and Amber were all going on a picnic together. And nobody was bad, there was only happiness. Sarah kissed her daughter's forehead. That's a beautiful dream, baby. Will this dream come true? Marcus also approached. Lily, isn't what we're living now real? We're all here, we're safe, and we're a family. Lily smiled. Yes, this is real. And that night, 4 people, a former soldier, an investigative journalist, and 2 little girls, slept safely. Because they now knew that sometimes the greatest miracles begin with a small act of help, to a stranger. The story that began in a Walmart parking lot had extended to the corridors of the Pentagon, exposed a billion-dollar scandal, and most importantly, brought 2 broken families together. And Marcus Thompson now understood that helping lost children wasn't just about saving them, but also about saving himself. Because that's what real heroes do, they keep helping, no matter what the cost.